Welcome back to Idle Talk. Today, I got something interesting to talk about. Um, Before we get into it, just a few random idle talking moments here today. So I was leaving work, and then I went to a 7-Eleven, and I was like, I want some water. I'm thirsty. Ran out of my water. I want to grab some water with some ice. So I show up to 7-Eleven. It's a pretty nice one. It's one of the nicer ones. And I go in. I'm like, hey, I'm looking in the machine. I don't see like an option for water. And the lady goes, yeah, we don't have that. But there's a sink in the back if you want to go pour your water in a cup. And I was like, a sink? Time out. A sink? She wanted me to pour sink water into a cup and then charge me for that cup of sink water. So I just ended up I made a concoction, right? Is that how you say it? Like a little like contraption of sorts. So I grabbed there's this they have a vitamin water lemonade. It's like a diet lemonade or whatever it is, right? But so I was like, okay, let me use that. But then I blasted it with some fruit punch. You know that what's that? I was gonna say Haagen-Dazs, but that's not the brand. But it's that brand with like a square in black. I'm trying to remember that brand. But so I blasted that concoction and it came out pretty good. So in fruit punch and lemonade, you blast it together, a lot of ice. It's a good combination. I think so. But also, that was a boat in the background. I don't know if you heard that. But also, Idle Talk is being recorded less than 3 hours before it needs to be released. So, challenge accepted on my own irresponsibility. But yeah, I'm gonna try to push this episode out on time. It's gonna go on time. I'm telling you that right now. You're listening to it. But I don't know why I procrastinated this much today. I usually procrastinate. Like I could have recorded earlier. I mean, I had a ton of time to do that earlier, but I decided to push it off until now, 10 o'clock at night. So we'll see. We'll see how that happens. I'm gonna record the video. I'm gonna edit the video, audio, and upload it all in time for tomorrow. So, wish me luck on that. Also, I rearranged my room again. I didn't rearrange this side, the office, the set side, but I swear to God, I thought I saw a mouse in my room. And here's the backstory to that. So they saw a mouse in the kitchen like 3 weeks ago. And then like a few days ago, the exterminator came, set up some traps and stuff. But it was only one mouse, right? And then everybody I spoke to was like, once you see one mouse, you're going to find 100. And I was like, 100? 100 mice? Are you being serious? Because even as an exaggeration, that sounds like way too much mice. But so yeah, we had an exterminator come in and they did their thing. Very, very tedious part of my day that day. But then we had a guest come in, and it was basically like we had mice, but it was just children. I like to call children human squirrels. Simply because when I'm walking dogs, like they like react to children like they react to squirrels, like super excited to try to get them. So I call kids human squirrels. So that's that. But we had kids in this house the entire weekend. I mean, I guess I could blame that as my procrastination because I didn't have literally any space or time to like come in and like record. And before anyone says anything, they're not my kids. They're not related to me. They're not my family. But we had guests over, and where there's kids, there's always going to be a mess. And I just learned that in order to lock my room, I need to slam the door first. So, fun, cool, interesting stuff there. But, yeah, we had kids in the house. It was very loud all day, every day. And it was funny on Sunday, like, we were texting the people that live in the house, like, we were all texting each other. And they were like, yo, can you turn off the AC? It's getting pretty cold. Or are there still 20 people in the house? And I was like, good question. Great question. I I didn't know. It was too quiet. And so I went downstairs and I was like, yo, there's nobody home. So I turned off the AC. Because I'm not going to lie to you, it was getting brick in this house. But big house needs AC all the time in order for the house to feel cool. But some places have the vents directly in the rooms. And, that's a problem because it just gets cold everywhere. And if you're in that room, if it's your room, then it sucks because you're just going to be freezing. Meanwhile, the house is kind of cool, but you need it to run a little bit longer. And then that means you're going to be cold even more. But, yeah, that was that situation. Also, Baltimore Marathon can suck my dick. Fuck you guys. Everybody on Facebook that I be commenting to, because I like to be petty. There was this event called the Smoke Fest. I wasn't going to attend, right? But these people on the little high horses were like, cancel the event. They don't have a parking structure program, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, just say you don't want black people in your neighborhood. Like, just say that. Like, be fucking clear. Be like, say it with your chest. Like, don't say like, oh, it's gonna ruin our blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the fucking Baltimore Marathon fucking closed like every other block. And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do my job? And I lost money that day. I had to fucking rent a Lime bike, like a Lime scooter. And then even then, like, that was late to most of my shit. Like, that was fucked. That was fucked up. And all the people who participated, you could suck a dick, like, suck a whole cock. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, fuck the Baltimore Marathon, you inconvenient piece of shit. Like, you could have just did the entire park and that would have been cool. Like, there's a fucking 125 acres or some shit like that. You couldn't run through the park. You couldn't run like a circle around the park, like, zigzag, however pattern you want to do it. No, you want to run through the streets in front of people's homes, like, you fucking weirdos. And then for the people like, yeah, woo, we made a sign. Like, you could fucking suck a dick too. Like, mad inconvenient. Like, actually, Baltimore, I will give you the same money you made by running the Baltimore Marathon. I will give you the same exact amount of money next year just so you don't have it, because, like, that was fucking terrible. Like, I wanted to die. Like, I wanted to die. Like, I was just sitting in traffic, and even when I could finally find a parking spot, like, I had to find a Lime bike, then zoom to the house, do my thing, zoom back to my car, go to another house, hopefully, if the road wasn't closed. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's mad inconvenient. Like, and like, they just posted on the Facebook page today, as of today, what is it, 10/10? October 10th? Oh, Selena's birthday. Shout out to Selena's friend of the show. But it they just posted it today saying, hey, mark your calendars for next year. And I commented, and I haven't checked, but my shit's been blowing up. But I haven't checked, but I was like, hey, they should just cancel it now. And then I just left. I just got off of Facebook. So again, I could do much better things with my time besides being on Facebook and, trying to aggravate people, get a reaction. But I'm not going to do that. And last little idle talk moment. It'll probably segue to our main topic today. But, got a haircut. As you can tell, I am much more handsome than usual. Just kidding. Not really, though. But, got a haircut. Went out. Back in action, in the wild. Are we still in peak COVID? Who knows, really? But I'm out here in these streets. Went on a date. It was nice. It was good. You better be watching this, bitch. Just kidding, bitch. Just kidding. You better watch my shit, because that'd be fucked up. If you showed interest and you didn't watch my shit, that'd be fucked up. Or listen to my shit, that'd be fucked up. But went on a date. It was nice. We went to see Venom. So segue into my main topic. Spoiler cast for Venom. I'm going to title that Venom 2 in the episode title. Venom 2. I'm going to try to... This is going to be like my true crime shit. I'm going to just tell you what I remember. But spoilers for Venom 2 starting now. Movie kicks off. Eddie Brock, Venom, trying to do their thing. Venom's trying to be the lethal protector. Right? That's a cool nickname. But I agree with Eddie. Very 80s style. But that's funny, though. I just love that dynamic between Venom and Eddie Brock. And I think in this Venom verse, because we're gonna touch upon the ending later. But in this Venomverse, I think they really are trying to establish that the symbiote is separate from the host. Like in the comics, Venom is Eddie Brock, and the symbiote, and they are Venom. But when in Venom 1, we see Venom, he introduces himself as Venom. He's like, "Hey, you're Eddie Brock, I'm Venom." In the entire two movies, they're trying to like still be themselves, right? They're trying to be individuals. They're trying to be two individuals at the same time. Eddie Brock's trying to be Eddie Brock, trying to have his normal life. He's not trying to do things how Venom wants to do it. He's not trying to eat humans like Venom wants to eat humans. Like, and that ultimately kind of reaches its climax in the second movie, where they break up. Like Eddie and Venom break up, and it's clear that they throw the catchphrase "We are Venom" out in the first and second movie, but it's really they're not Venom. He's Eddie Brock and he's Venom, and it's not until the end of the movie where they finally come together and realize that they are no longer two individuals, or is a symbiote an individual? I don't know, but let's just say they're not two individuals. They are one and the same. They're the same person. They're together now. They're two people, one body, working in unison together. And we see that the difference between Venom and Eddie versus Carnage and Woody Harrelson's character, they have no type of chemistry. They had the same problems Eddie and Venom had, but on a much grander level. Like, he didn't like Roddy Harrison. Roddy Harrison is a football player, right? William, the fucking guy from Zombieland, that guy. He didn't like his girlfriend, aka his future wife. He was like, "Yo, get that screaming bitch out of here. She is killing me. Like, what are you doing? You know that fire, it's really loud sounds are gonna kill me. Get her out of here." He's like, "Yo, I love her. Like, that's my boo. Like, I didn't just break her out just for you to kill her." And then so Carnage, they start having a fight within themselves. He starts attacking the girl who screams really loud. And then that's when it clicks for Eddie that Venom and Eddie are compatible. They're the perfect match for each other. And that they need to prove the phrase "We are Venom." Because they keep saying it a lot. Like, we're Venom. But they need to prove that statement. Because up to this point, it's been Eddie and Venom sharing the same body. So, I thought the middle of the movie was weird. I liked it anyway. Like, I like Venom. I like Tom Hardy. I felt like, I don't know, I feel like no other actor could play Venom after this. I feel like the same way with Ben Affleck and Batman. I feel like Ben Affleck is the best Batman, and nobody at me on that. Like, that shit is true. He's the best Batman. But Tom Hardy, man, good Venom. It's believable that he's Venom. Like, I believe that if I saw Tom Hardy and then I saw Venom out of nowhere, and I'd just be like, "That's you, bro. Stop lying. That's dead ass you. Like, you just unvenomed and then came out. Like, don't lie to me." Like, just some people are casted perfectly, and I think Tom Hardy is a prime example of that. I thought the boss fight between Carnage and Venom was pretty awesome. Venom just sucks at fighting. Like, he is getting his ass whipped all the time. And I love that joke where, like, Carnage goes up to Venom. He's like, "Nah, one of us have to die, Dad." And then he just unvenoms himself and he goes to Brock's body. He's like, "No. He's like, What happened?" He's like, No. He's red. We're gonna die. Let's leave. Like, it was cool, and like, she was cool and all, but like, she's gonna die. We're gonna die. Let's just get the hell out of here. And I want to kind of like do my own research on like the different color symbiotes and like really like get to know each color and why the red one is stronger than the black one, or like why is Venom so scared of any red ones like Riot or Carnage that he birthed. A lot of people had problems with how he became Carnage because he just bit Eddie Brock in the thumb. And I don't see how, like, I don't know I don't know how people aren't getting how that happened. I mean, clearly a symbiote is supposed to find a body, right? Venom already had a body, and so when he bit Eddie, got Eddie's blood and Venom's blood in his mouth together, right? And he goes to say, "Hey, you have taste of blood. That wasn't blood. You have a secret." But I think it's the already perfect combination that makes it transpire. Like, he becomes Carnage because he already took the sample of a compatible host and a symbiote that's compatible with the host, and he just made his own. Like, with it combined into his DNA, it used his stuff, like his evilness, I guess we'll say, if that you can categorize that scientifically. No, but I just think that since he took a perfect compound of that formula and embedded him in himself by consuming it orally, like, of course something's gonna happen. Like, that's just, you're not gonna have any type of consequences come from that. Like, it would be dumb to say that you could just expect no consequences. But I think that's how Carnage was born, just mixing his blood, Eddie's blood, Venom's blood, and that just made a perfect, like, compound chemical, and that reacted to his body. And I think he delivers a great line towards the end. He's fighting Eddie without the symbiotes attached, either person, and he's like, "You know what, Eddie, before the symbiote, like, I was a killer already. Like, I do this. I'm not scared to do this." Like, and I think that's, a prime example of how Carnage was so powerful, because the host itself, he was already a killer without powers. He just helped tune up the vehicle, I want to say. Like, it's like when you add nitro to a car. Like, the car is already fast as fuck, but you add the nitro in that bitch, it gets even faster and it looks even nicer too. So I think that's what made Carnage so powerful. But I just hate to see that Venom sucks at fighting. Like, he gets his ass whooped in every movie, but then he somehow wins through the power of love and friendship and friends. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just kind of want to see Venom be badass. Like, I like Venom 3 or Spider-Man Far From Home. Is it Far From Home? Too Much Home? Homecoming? I don't know what the fucking name is, but clearly he's gonna have some kind of involvement there. I would like to see. So I would like to see Venom appear in Spider-Man's movie, like Sinister Six style, right? But not part of the Sinister Six. I would like to see him, like, come to Peter's aid while he's getting fucked up, right? So Peter is fighting the bad guys. Tom Holland's Peter, to be specific. So he's fighting the bad guys, and he's getting overwhelmed. This is his first time fighting his villains in his universe. And he's getting fucked up. Doctor Strange is there somehow, but like evil, like an evil Doctor Strange. Because I don't think Doctor Strange, we know, would fuck up that badly like he did in the trailer. And then Venom comes and just starts to fucking people up, like bam, bam, bam. He starts doing some shit, and then Tom is like fighting back. He's like bam, bam, bam. He's like, "Yo, I'm in this bitch too now, bam, bam." And they 2v6 him, but it's still not enough. Venom's getting fucked up. He's getting fucked up, and then we have our fucking end game, like on your left moment again, where they come out of these portals. But then this time it's like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and they're all fighting his villains. Well, their villains, because it's like Electro from here, Doc Ock from here, Green Goblin from there. They start fighting the heroes and villains. They start teaming up. I think that'd be cool. Well, that probably doesn't make sense to see that unfold in that manner, but I would love to see it that way. Just to be honest with you. Oh, by the way, quick side note: Camp Crystal Lake sign. Isn't that cool? I'd say I made it myself, but all I did was put the lights on it. Real talk. And oh shit, it's over here. And a Jason mask stick thing. I don't know. I went to Spirit to pregame my date, and before we saw Venom, and I bought these two things. I like nerded out at the Spirit Halloween shop. So Spooktober is officially upon us, and you know what that means? It's almost Christmas. We're like, it's like only October 10th, but I feel like we're halfway done. Like, it's gonna be December, like tomorrow, and then it's gonna be 2022. Holy guacamole, that's crazy. Um, it's just unbelievable how time just happens, and it goes and it goes and it goes. Like, that trips me out sometimes. Just like, literally 24 hours have passed since yesterday. Like, like literally a second just passed from me just being like, time is weird. Time is an illusion. Let's talk about Squid Game for a second. All you people getting hyped about Squid Game. I have not watched Squid Game whatsoever. Every time someone tells me to watch Squid Game, I just feel like I just need to not watch it for like another 2 weeks. So like, I'll probably watch that at the start of June 2022. Realistically, I have seasons where I watch a lot of TV shows and movies, right? But I'm not in the season. This is not the season for me to do that. So I watched Venom because, little date. But I'm not watching Squid Game. I haven't watched Sex Education. Love that show. My favorite show. Haven't watched the latest season of How to Sell Drugs Online. It's just not my season to watch shows. It's we're in Q4 to do it in business terms. Quarter 4. We're in the fourth quarter of the year, and I just kind of got other things to worry about in this little section of the year. I want to end my year strong, as I always do. Whether that be with a vacation or maybe a new job, who knows? We'll find out. I'll let you guys know, as I always do. But yeah, Q4 isn't the time for me to watch shows, unless I make a piece of content out of it. But other than that, I don't see myself doing that with Squid Game. Like, I want to watch it. Yes, it is very interesting. All my friends will say it's really good. But at the end of the day, I don't have time for that thing. I want to do other things. I want to do other stuff. So we'll end it there. Venom, final rating. I would give that a solid 7. I gave the first one a 7 too. I liked Venom, and I liked Venom 2. Is it a perfect movie? No. Is it as bad as people say? No. Like, just take it at face value. I feel like a lot of people try to like hyper dissect things and try to point out the bad and make it worse. Like, just accept things for what they are. Just consume the things, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, but don't like put out your shitty opinion out there just so people are deterred from it, because there's a lot of movies that are bad, quote unquote bad, that ended up watching. I was like, this is a good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't regret watching it. It's when you go in with these high expectations, and then they get let down. I'm gonna just go into a movie, no expectations, and enjoy it, right? Because you're gonna enjoy it at the end of the day. You'll enjoy it, how bad it is, or you enjoy how good it is, or you enjoy how it made you feel, how it made you laugh, how it made you cry, whatever it is, whatever the reasons are. There are plenty of reasons to enjoy things. So don't go in there with your own expectations that are super high, that are ridiculous, first of all. But you go in there with them anyway, right? Just go in there with no expectations. Just go in there just to consume a piece of art, because every movie is a piece of art. And IdleTalk here. Thank you guys for listening. It's another short episode. I can't wait to finally start bringing back the longer episodes, but I kind of want to test out these like sub 30-minute episodes. I kind of want to see how they do compared to the ones that we've had before. So I'm doing experiments. This is our experimenting phase. Mom, it's not a phase, I swear. But yeah, I'll end IdleTalk here. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. 12 subscribers. So we got one more from last time. So shout out to that person. I wish I could see the people's names, that subscribe. I can only see some, but like not all of them. So subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review. Somebody left a really nice review in like July, and I wasn't here to see it. But that made me feel good. That made me like kind of continue on like doing IdleTalk and like figuring out what to do with it. So very nice review there. Follow us on Spotify, and also last week's episode still not on Apple Podcasts for some reason. Don't know. Contacted Apple. Haven't heard back from them yet. Contacted my podcast hosting company. They haven't heard anything back. They don't know why it's not there. So I'll try to figure that out. Hopefully it didn't really offend anybody. That would suck. Government, fix your nonsense. But thank you for listening. That was Idle Talk, and I'll see you next time. Peace.